Welcome to another episode of Tim Talk, where we talk shop. I'm here today with Rito, and he's gonna run their blow molding operation, and Rito's gonna share a little bit about blow mold.
This here is a blow molding machine. It's a single head with 2 molds, with the capability of running dual head with 4 molds. Right here, the plastic comes in through the loading material system. It runs through and barrel, and ultimately comes out of the die. When it comes out of the die, it comes out of 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which at this point it forms a bubble, or also called a parison. The parison eventually will be captured by the mold, which has channels of water running through it, which cools it down to 50 degrees. The parison is captured by the mold. It is carried toward the blow molding blow pin tip. The blow pin injects air at 100 psi, and it cools down the bottle or the parison down to 50 degrees for 30 seconds. When the plastic is blown like a bubble inside the mold, it takes the shape of the inside of the cavity for approximately 30 seconds. Then it is removed to the first of 2 deflashing stations. The first deflashing station is called a guillotine style. It comes down, it pushes horizontally, it deflects the top, the bottom, and the handle off part of the bottle. There's one more part that needs to be trimmed, and that is a spin dome. When the bottle is ready and it has already been trimmed by the first guillotine style trimmer, it gets carried out by an armed robot. Eventually it'll come in between the 2 mold, the dummy mold or nest mold. This one is the second trimmer. This trimmer is a spin dome trimmer. As the name indicates, it spins, a knife comes out, and it cuts the dome off of the bottle. This here is a 100-point parison controller. With this, we give wall thickness to different parts of the bottle, depending on where it's necessary. Usually the corners is where the plastic is necessary. So by giving more plastic witness to the parison controller, we get more plastic to the bottle itself, making it thicker in certain areas. Areas like the panel don't need to be as thick. We make it thinner and then thick again. The container at this point is complete and ready to be packaged. And the flash comes out of the slide onto a conveyor. Eventually, the conveyor will carry the flash and deposit it into a grinder. Inside the grinder, it'll convert it into pellets, and those pellets will suction back into the machine to turn back again into molten plastic. The flash is carried into the grinder. It grinds it up to a small size regrind, which is determined by the size of the screen, which can be from a small 16 to up to a 1/4 of an inch, depending on what we choose to use. This plastic eventually, it is suctioned up by a loading system and deposited into a box. From the box or gale, it gets suctioned up to a color blender, which will mix the regrind, the virgin material, and the color, depending on what percentage we need it to be. In this case, we are using 47% regrind, 50% virgin, and 3% color concentrate. From the regrind, the ending product is regrind from the grinder. It gets suctioned up towards this machine right here, which is a shaker. The shaker separates the fine dust from the larger pieces of regrind, which is what is eventually going to be used in the color blender. The color blender will mix virgin material, regrind, and color concentrate. In this case, we mix it at a rate of 50% virgin, 47% regrind, and 3% virgin.
Thank you for joining us to another episode of Tim Talks, where we talk shop. We'll see you next time.